Yeah, there's a phrase that they have, I think it came from the stock market, which is, time in the market is better than timing the market.
Yep.
So like all these people that try to micro trade, like, I guess there's money to be made there, but it's like, it's risky, like, I mean,
It's stressful.
I got screwed over trying to do that, because I took my ether, I took a bunch of my ether and this, I think it was Zcash, that like dropped really far down. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna short this, like I'm gonna buy it since it went down, and then I'm just gonna sell it when it goes up. It stayed down, it kept going down. I had a bunch of ether just locked up in this Zcash for like a month, because I had to wait for it to go back up to sell. So it's like, it's risky, you can get screwed like that. I mean, I didn't get screwed because I was able to wait to cash it back out until it went back up, but it's like, I'm not, that shit is so stressful too, like bro, when you're playing with like hundreds and thousands of dollars like on a ticker, talk about stress, bro, like, and then like if you lose, bro, like when I saw that happen, like when I bought it, and it was a decent amount, so it's like talking about my money right now, and then it like kept going down, and you have this like hollow, you have this like feeling in your stomach where just like you see your money just like dissolving away, like fuck.
And just like you said though, like the loss is not really that crazy. It's like we were talking about, like as far as like the return on ether.
Oh yeah.
Like the loss is like basically interest you pay if you invested on something else.
Yeah, like don't invest anything that they say don't invest anything that you can't afford to lose, you know, just to be the safest. But it's like, I would say don't invest so much that you just like can't survive without it. Like because you don't want to get to a point to where you'd be like, oh, I need to cash this out because of this, you know, like maybe if you like need, if your car gets totaled or something like that, something big, and like like I just talked about where I got lucky with the dip cashing out either, but it's like to me it's like just a long-term investment because I believe in it.
It's just like a car, you know, you put your money in a car, might as well put your money in either.
So are you feeling that, like, in your head, in your mind, are you thinking this is gonna really take off with like 5 years, what, like a year, 2 years? Where are you thinking this is really gonna
I feel like it all depends on like
blow up?
the adaptability of people to accept it.
Yeah. When people accept it, I really think they're gonna put all their time and energy to it, and that's what's gonna make it blow up.
Because like you think the more people you have on board, then the more resources you have to expand, and then the more other people are gonna want to jump on board and everything. So it's like I was reading online where like some people even think that Bitcoin's gonna reach $25,000 a share.
Some people are saying Bitcoin's going to be like $60,000 next year.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous. Like it's crazy.
Next year, man. Next year. I think next year. I think next year.
600% already, like rise and like.
Look at Ether. Ether is on some. You look at the year.
When did it start? Like when did Ether
like 2 years ago?
For like $6. $6.
Yeah, it was like less than $1 when it first came out.
So now it's $300.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I got into it, it was $50.
I remember when I was watching one of the documentaries on Bitcoin, it was like someone bought a $25 pizza for like 10,000 Bitcoin.
Oh my god!
And then there's like the joke where like those people that bought the pizza could have been millionaires right now if they just kept it.
Yeah, I remember seeing those on Reddit. I used to spend all this on Bitcoin back in like 09. Like, whoa, ass down.
Yeah, like I even honestly, like if I had enough money, I would like buy more into Bitcoin, and because I honestly believe it's just gonna keep going up. I mean, like it's like I feel like right now is just like the beginning for Bitcoin. Honestly, like I feel like it's gonna even go further, and then just like Bitcoin's gonna go further, all these other companies are just gonna follow along the way.
I think right now is the time to get in cryptocurrency. If you wait, that's it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you guys.
I already signed up. I already signed up waiting on the application.
Did you order a hardware wallet yet?
No, not yet. That's what I'm ordering tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you to see which one to pick.
I would tell you to get a Ledger, honestly. I would actually sell you this one for cheap, but I think I'm going to keep this because they're going to add support for them, which is another one.
I just got to see which one is, as far as like updating wise, how they update. Because I didn't want to get one that was like, had an updating program Android versus iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Ledger Nano S, I recommend that you get this one.
So is this like a wallet?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like this.
Okay.
The Ledger Nano S looks more like a USB stick though.
So could I just put my cryptocurrency on regular USB?
No. Can you?
You can.
I swear, yeah, I've heard people do that.
That's much more insecure though. Like even physically insecure. I just learned about this in my A+ hardware class yesterday. That like a lot of those USB sticks are made with like cheap hardware in China and stuff.
And crash and
like,
stuff.
you know, your USB sticks, the type of memory, I think it's because of the solid state memory or something. It actually writes the data on the USB stick like 6 times before it actually sticks. It's
the right. So it's like, I think, what is it? The slower.
The
stuff-
cheaper it is, the slower it is,
yeah.
because it has to like try like 20 times to
Yeah.
put the, because
It's like a
you're
write
dealing
speed.
with like fluctuating electrical energy. So like I would not recommend using a regular, as a backup maybe.
Yeah.
Like if you, like there's also paper wallets to where you can actually print out your private key or whatever onto paper and then like laminate it or whatever.
And then have it
Then
as
if you
like-
have that, maybe you could have a backup on like a USB or something. I don't recommend that though.
Just get a nice
You
security.
can have to.
Yeah, I mean, because like once you spend $100 on one of these, then you have it. They're super durable. Like Ledger Nano S, there's videos on YouTube of people running over ledgers
Yeah.
with their truck.
We couldn't blow it up. We couldn't blow it up. I think that's what they were saying.
And like you can pretty much keep as much crypto as you want on there, so you really only need one because you have this backup recovery phrase, so you don't need multiples. So like once you invest $100 on the hardware wallet, then you're pretty much good. So I highly recommend that.
So as far as like the software on there, that's like
Oh,
the
so
future.
the firmware updates that you were asking about, you have to intentionally go in and update the firmware. So like when you first get it, you're gonna wanna do that. So like you're gonna get your ledger and then you go on the website and you update the firmware.
So are they like, just like we talked about, or are they more into like firmware or more into making a new model?
Well, they actually have a new model, which is the Ledger Blue, which
Okay.
is like it almost looks like a cell phone. It's got a touchscreen on it, but they're like $200 or $300.
But I think they like usually come hand in hand, like
Features so
software updates and like
Yeah.
new models.
I'll have
Like
to get some of these.
you're always going to be
Yeah,
creating
it's
new models just because
killer.
you want people.
No, I
to
know
keep
that, but
buying
at the
it.
rate though, you know how iPhone kind of makes theirs every year
Yeah.
versus
Oh.
Android.
Oh, like so like you'll like, but what iPhone
but
does
iPhone
is,
they have the iOS because that's what I kind of mean.
so you have like major updates and you have like little minor updates. You're just going to fix bugs and quick.
But I mean, as
fixes.
far as like iOS versus, you know what I'm saying? Like iOS is iOS.
Uh-huh.
We've had iOS since the iPhone came out. Is it like that?
No, it's like, first of all, like if you want to make a comparison between like iOS and Android, there really is nothing like that because if you're talking about the Ethereum blockchain is the Ethereum blockchain, so it's the same.
No, I'm talking about as far as like the model. So it's, if stuff changes in the future for cryptocurrency, will that be able to update or will we have to get a brand new one?
It will, because it's like, they pretty much have to update the firmware on it. Like none of these models are really gonna go obsolete. And even if they do, they're probably gonna give you the opportunity to take your crypto off and move it. Like, I really doubt that you would ever get fucked.